Well, thank you so much for staying with us. As you can see, that's the next conversation we're having, the Sir Emeka Okwuosa Foundation. And of course, joining us to have that conversation on all the questions that you want to ask: who, what, where, when, why, and how. Yes, those are the questions in journalism. Engineer Emeka Okwuosa, CON, joins us. He's chairman, Oil Serve Group. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Good morning, and then thank you once more for inviting me and having me on your program.
Yeah, a quick question there. What's this? What's the foundation about? Perhaps that background would help some people to understand what's going on, and just exactly since when has this been a thing?
Of course, so the Emeka Okwuosa Foundation, which is a foundation that was set up basically by me and my organization. When I talk organization, you're probably aware that I run a group of companies by name of Oil Serve Group in the oil and gas industry. We set up this foundation to be able to basically help impact positively on the lives of Nigerians and be able to give back to them. And that is the basic principle and mission of the foundation.
Now, I see that one of the things that you are doing this time around, and been doing that for over 22 people already in this year, is providing free heart surgery. What commands this decision to focus on cardiac issues?
Before I get deep into this question, I will first of all say, obviously, we are involved in quite a wide-ranging set of activities, in education, in provision of infrastructure. And when I talk of infrastructure, I'm talking of road, I'm talking of drains where there are issues with erosion, trying to help the communities, as well as provision of water. In addition, we have put in a lot of funds and a lot of development in education, but specifically regarding the cardiology center, which I set up in memory of my late mom, Irene Okwuosa. The hospital is actually named then Irene Okwuosa Memorial Hospital. The cardiology is basically because over time we have been involved as a foundation in helping alleviate the medical situations of different people at different times. In some cases, we've had to take people and fly them overseas to Europe, to US, and most of the time to India. And it became clear to us that cardiology issues actually quite a lot within the country, and it's not really being looked after in the way it should be, especially to take care of immediate problems and, of course, get deeper into what is causing our, the prevalence of this to be able to help ameliorate it. And then we decided to build a hospital to be able to do what can be done anywhere in the world. And that's what motivated us. And I can tell you it's been a huge success. We commissioned it in May this year, and we've had 2 major intervention missions. We actually work together. We have a support of our technical partners, medical technical partners, if you call it so, by name of VOOM Foundation, based out of College Station in Texas, the United States of America. This time they came in with 45 medical specialists, from doctors to all manners of specialists, radiologists, and over a period of 10 days, 24 open heart surgeries were conducted successfully. And I can tell you that about half of those, thereabout, were for pediatric cases, specialized intervention, cardiology intervention process. And then we had, in addition, 8 catheterization procedures undertaken on different patients. So it was quite amazing that such can be done and done in Nigeria. And people came from all over Nigeria, and I can tell you from FCT, and then of course Gombe, Nasarawa, Kogi, southwestern states, and as well as southeast and south-south, we took patients from all over Nigeria. Thank you.
Where exactly is the Dame Okwuosa Medical Center? Where in Nigeria is it?
If I get it right, the medical center is set up in Oreifite, Ekwusigo local government of Anambra State. That's where it is located, and that's where the headquarters of Sir Emeka Okwuosa Foundation is located. I'm also from the town. So I chose to put it there because I have good space and I'm able to pay attention to it. And there is also ample communication by road, airports around there, Asaba Airport, Anambra Airport, Owerri Airport, and Enugu Airport. So people can be actually moved in and out of the hospital with ease.
The hospital is reputed for its dialysis procedures. How is it that attention has now shifted from the kidney to the heart?
The hospital actually, to put it, right, is a hospital that actually takes care of general ailments. It's not only cardiology cases, people who have cardiac issues that we attend to. We attend, in fact, last month there was a neurosurgery, a brain surgery that was performed there. What we do have is top-class facilities, modern facilities, cath lab, for example, for the heart, and for catheterization and all that. And then, of course, CT scan, ultra-modern CT scan. And we have 2 state-of-the-art operating theaters. Of course, we have digital x-rays, mobile x-rays, and all what have you. So we actually are able to take care of a gamut of medical issues. We also do a form of kidney management. We have dialysis and all that. So it covers quite more than cardiology cases.
But you began the other time by letting us know that you focus a lot more on, well, a lot on other aspects of life, not just health and medical. But there's something, we'll go to those other areas in a bit, but there's something you also have mentioned, I mean, it appears as if the hospital is focused on domiciling specialized medical procedures in country. And that's interesting because it seems to be trying to domesticate the facilities and infrastructure. And so the question then would be, what are the efforts? Are there efforts being made at grooming and retaining local personnel to relieve visiting specialists?
I mean, this is, thank you for this question because it's good to put things in proper perspective. If I give you my background, of course, I'm an engineer, I'm not a medical doctor. And one of the reasons I came back to Nigeria in 1993 was actually to domesticate engineering. This we have achieved a lot and will continue to achieve. We run the biggest pipeline company, Oilside. We're building more than 70–80% of all the gas pipelines in Nigeria. Currently, we're building the Ajokuta Kaduna Kano pipeline. The reason I give you this background is that while employing upwards of 2,000 people, they are all 100% Nigerians in the oil and gas industry. This is what I brought to bear, and I want to bring basically to bear in the medical cycle. When we talked about our partnership with VOM, all these 45 medical personnel we spoke about that came from overseas, some came from United States of America, some from Canada, and some from Sweden. I can also tell you one thing that is interesting is that amongst these people are Nigerians in diaspora who want to come and give back. Make no mistake, all these procedures we made, these interventions were all free medical care. all these open heart surgery. Each of them normally costs 10 to 15 million naira to perform. But these things were done free, sponsored by Oilserve Limited and the foundation. Now, on domestication, I can also tell you that we also had Nigerian doctors and top medical specialists that joined us from all over Nigeria, more than 15 of them in this medical fair that was done, and even in previous ones. Some of them are interventionist cardiologists, some of them are radiologists, some of them are pediatric cardiologists, all manners of specialties in Nigeria. So we are encouraging Nigerians, and what we've achieved here is to provide a platform for Nigerian medical personnel to be able to come in and use these facilities to save Nigerians. And I can also tell you that the Ministry of Health, Federal Ministry of Health, has been very supportive.
It's very, very interesting that it's put that way, and it's something that everyone should really look up to, find a way to emulate and all of that. Let me ask you this one. I mean, you spoke earlier about the fact that you've had to intervene in various sectors as well, from enterprise development, education. We've been talking about health, rural infrastructure, social amenities. Your interventions appear to go all over the place. And if I look at your website, the vision of the vision statement is an Africa where every citizen has access to the resources that they need to effect positive change on a global scale. The question then would be sustainability. I don't know if it is something, let me believe, I mean, you're an engineer, sustainability would be a major concern. So having initiated this foundation and a number of things like that, it presupposes that there are some partnerships and funding mechanisms that would help sustain the variety of intervention programs of the Emeka Okwuosa Foundation.
Yeah, that's quite very relevant. Thank you. So far, we know that there will always be challenges in trying to achieve such a laudable program. And one of the challenges, of course, is about finance, funding. We started this by self-funding. Basically, Emeka Okwuosa Foundation directly funding, a lot of time supported by Oilserve Group. But over time, we've also had corporate bodies and individuals donate to us in order to help out and make this a reality. For the medical programs, our partnership with VOOM Foundation is such that VOOM Foundation also sponsors financially some of this program or supports it. So it's a combination of support from different sectors. But to sustain this, of course, we have a program. This program is being perfected. Program that will lead to endowment, will lead to support from corporate bodies, from individuals who share the same passion and who believe in making Nigeria better. Because what we're trying to do is, in all that we do, how do we make our country better for Nigerians? Whether it's in engineering or in medical circle or in provision of education facilities and opportunities, especially girl-child education. I mean, you may wish to know that we built, that's a school now, again in the name of my late mom, who was an educationist before she passed on. There's a school, the name of the Emeka Okwuosa Memorial Convent, which is a female convent. And this, we have contributed a lot to building up this school, and this is functioning very strong. So bottom line is that sustainability, we are working on it, and we understand the challenge. By the time we're done in the next couple of years, we will have a system that is self-supportive, and that's what we plan.
You seem to have ventured into areas that are highly regulated and process certified. What's the relationship with regulatory agencies that ensure quality standards in the areas you ventured into, such as education, health, construction, and so on?
Yes, we realize that will be the case, and that is also good, of course, to have a regulated system. If you talk of medical sector, highly regulated for obvious reasons. Of course, engineering is, you don't build things without following the codes and the specifications. But in medical cycle, we have had very good relationship with the Federal Ministry of Health, with different regulatory agencies, including Anambra State Ministry of Health. They have been very supportive. Of course, at the beginning, we had to adapt to understanding how to deal with issues. But today is more or less seamless. The support is quite very strong. We believe that we're able to follow the rules and be able to overcome any hitches. But the support is there. Thank you.
Well, there is so much to ask you, if only we had a lot more time. But the natural thing would be so many people would want to find out what, how, a lot more about the Emeka Okwuosa Foundation. I'm looking at your website. Confirm if it is the one, okwosafoundation.org.
Come again, please.
I said I'm looking at the website, the Sir Emeka Okwuosa Foundation, and the URL is okwosafoundation.org.
Yes.
okwosafoundation.org. Is that your website?
Yes, that's my website.
Okay. So I just want to be sure that it is, so that anyone who wants to go, you find out more about it, because we've run completely out of time now, we would want to find out more about your foundation and perhaps partner with you to make Nigeria a better place for everyone. Sir Engineer Emeka Okwuosa, CON, Chairman, Oil Serve Group, thank you so much for your time this morning, and all the best.
And thank you once more for having me on your program. I appreciate, and keep doing the good works that Channel TV does. We appreciate your work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So that's that conversation. What are you doing to make Nigeria better? We'll be right back after now for another conversation. Please stay with us.